The countdown begins to the start of the triple header coming up, with Mexico, Brazil and Qatar being the big three races coming up in the next few weeks. In our build-up though, we need to get into the latest news and views from around the world of Formula One this Monday. Let's kick off with the headlines to start the week, as we're talking about the fans' favourite tracks. And we're talking about Lewis heaping more praise on young drivers on the grid. I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans. These are the important headlines. You should hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything that we do here at the channel. And now, let's get into the news. Another young driver is being praised by Lewis Hamilton, with Charles Leclerc the latest racer to receive the positive affirmation of the 7-time world champion, calling the Monegasque driver a leader in a phenomenal team. We've already heard Hamilton at various points this season praising the young British duo of Lando Norris and George Russell, both on track and in press conferences, with the latter now set to be his teammate, of course, at Mercedes next season. And Hamilton isn't wrong for admiring the young crop of drivers either on the grid, with fans, journalists and former racers all praising a number of the next generation drivers out there, with some feeling this is perhaps one of the strongest young crop of drivers Formula One has seen in a long time. Hamilton has this week turned his attention to Leclerc, with the 24-year-old having a cracking season that we here at GPFans described as going a little under the radar on our last GPFans Stewards Room podcast. The British driver was keen to heap some praise on the Ferrari man himself. It has been amazing to see Charles' growth. He is a leader in a phenomenal team. Of course, they have had a difficult time, continued Lewis, in reference to the struggles of Leclerc's Ferraris. But they've gone from strength to strength, and are getting quicker, moving up the pack and starting to lean on those who are at the front, and he is still so young. I think he is on his own journey, and he is going to continue to grow and get stronger. He has shown so much potential so early on already. The only way is really up, and he has got a great team in order to grow into, and I'm excited to have more races in the future together. So Hamilton continues to praise the young drivers on the grid. Is he playing the press game, or is he genuinely just excited to have some young new boys to get racing against? Of course, he's still got his hands full with Max Verstappen at the moment. Talking of heaping praise in Formula One, a recent survey conducted by Formula One and the Motorsport Network in collaboration with Nielsen Sports has revealed a quartet of untouchable Grand Prix that are the fans' favourites in the sport. F1 has been trying to open up new markets across the globe in the last 2 decades or so, with plenty of discussion flying around the paddock at the moment about a third race in the United States of America, while many fear the new track in Miami could be a potential race around a car park. The sport has set up home in the Middle East, with races in Bahrain, Qatar, Abu Dhabi and now Saudi Arabia popping up on the calendar, but despite the extensive push to promote the wide reach of the sport, it's still the classic circuits in Europe that the fans seem to think are the blue ribbon events for Formula One, with the top 4 from the survey seen as the untouchable races on the calendar. Now you can probably name them yourself, but Monaco, Spa, Silverstone and Monza top the list of tracks with the fans, while China and Russia were down towards the foot of the rankings, with Miami and Saudi Arabia also low down too, although we're yet to see how those 2 tracks will look on a Grand Prix weekend. Japan, Brazil and Australia also featured high on the list, despite F1 not visiting these events last year, or in Melbourne's case the last 2 seasons, as it seems the tracks steeped in history take preference with the fans over perhaps some of the newer circuits. Even Germany, no longer on the calendar, came 7th in the fans' rankings. Monaco, Spa, Silverstone and Monza, they are the favourite races, interestingly, for all ages and almost regardless of how long fans have followed the sport, explained James Allen, president of the Motorsport Network. We did the survey in 2015 and 2017, so a lot of questions are the same from survey to survey in order to be able to track the views, and actually what is interesting in this section is that not a great deal has changed in terms of the favourite races. So, very simply, what are your favourite races on the Formula One calendar at the moment? Give us your top 3 in the comments section below. In fact, give us 4. bring in the quartet. Are they the same as the blue ribbon events that have come out in this survey? Let us know. Let us know which tracks you'd like to see come back. I think I mentioned last week the old Hockenheim I'd love to see return to the Formula One calendar. Keep those comments coming, and of course, hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything we do as we get ready for the Mexican Grand Prix coming up next Sunday here at GP Fans.